Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
Hey, it's Gabby the Game Night here, and I'm back playing some more Phoenix Wright, Dual Destinies. Remember Basic. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court, Room number 4.
Corkroom?
Courtroom.
Nailed that voice.
Apollo's fucking dead! The end! Apollo died! That's why I didn't get his name in the tower. He dies. Oh, that's the time of the film. Apollo fucking dies. Again! Okay, look, how was I supposed to know Apollo was gonna die in 5 seconds after I ended the last video? How was I supposed to know?
It's too late to stick that back on, huh?
Yeah, I just upload that video.
Yeah.
How was I supposed to know? And that's December 18th, a day after Apollo fucking died. As defend lobby number 5. 9:34 a.m. Yeah, wards.
This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning.
So I see everyone's taking his death bow.
The mood sure is tense. Not that there's any surprise. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh, the paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news? Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between the paper and the tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you'd better watch out, okay? So random. You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. What the... Cat jumps in my lap, then decides to get on the table for some random reason. It's justice.
Like Apollo justice?
Huh? Now Cat's coming to you.
Oh, poor Apollo, and it's all my fault. Nina!
Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that.
Pardon.
Is Ms. Woods alright, Athena?
No.
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh, guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock. But I'm alright. People who study analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? I almost did that to myself. Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. So all that stuff we did to mess with him, he doesn't remember.
What?
No. Well, you find your friend knocked out, you gotta fuck with him a little bit.
Oh no, Paul is dead! Quick, draw a mustache on him.
Let's see what's on that eye patch. Nothing. Your reaction though when I made that joke, you're like, what? Like I really did something to Apollo, the fictional character. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Ugh, just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Ms. Woods, okay? But I admit I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Earth and Mr. Wright, I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. Oh, that's trademark. We're gonna get sued.
Oh no.
You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. Can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's, too.
December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. Where day first case goes 2 days. Court is now reconvened for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor.
Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further the investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? Did we get anything? Did we further our investigation? Nope, we haven't done anything.
Well, we're not the prosecution.
Yeah, but we normally investigate too.
I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor.
Skill as you. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. And very angry, I lied.
I apologize, Your Honor.
You'll be executed after the trial.
Aha. Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial.
A separate matter, you say? What might that be?
I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial? I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up?
Yes, well, truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice.
At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Ms. Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Ms. Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Order of the court. Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mrs. Justice had nothing to do with this trial. I mean, that's all.
But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location of courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Army's body was found. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice?
Why indeed? What do you believe the motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Ms. Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
You may have found some incriminating evidence?
Precisely, and so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. Ginny would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts.
It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted.
Indicted!
Why does it have a C then?
We've been through this!
Why does it have a C?
How do you not remember how to pronounce the damn word?
Yeah, but it had a
I
C
don't know! I didn't invent the word!
It's like, I thought it was indicted, but it's like, it has a C. That's the indicted. Why does it have a C? Stupid. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Mr. Toupee. Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two indictments really are related after all. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. It had a C in it! I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Very well, bailiff. Please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand.
I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Ms. Woods. Guess she's still upset about Apollo. Ms. Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. Not what happened to the court. Testify to the court about what happened. You know what I mean.
Alone with Apollo.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? And he's hot, too.
So Mr. Justice stayed by your side where you were feeling unwell.
He's such a daddy.
An admirable young man. Though his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice, too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. One has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the woods?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh, no evidence for the case, was it? It's a very big kind of something indeed.
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away. Objection! Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
What lie is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never. Ms. Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. Not
Damn,
this again.
This isn't familiar at all.
What on earth? Deja fucking vu? Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand? Witness the message he left us.
It's written in blood. Woods. If I had a nickel for every time we had a name written in blood that wasn't fucking written by the person attacked, I'd have at least 3 nickels.
Oh, 3? There's 3?
3 at this point.
Well, wait, one of them was drawn in the sand. That wasn't blood.
Not blood, sorry. 2 nickels. Why isn't that?
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters.
What?
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted.
Yes, they do that very commonly.
Boop.
You know, and there's 0 times that's happened.
No, it can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. Where's Trucy, by the way? Just doing her magic. Seemed like she'd pop up at least. I mean, never mind. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo. No. Ah! We didn't have a chance to rush over him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there.
Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination. Time to examine cross. Time to probably press with things, because I don't think I saw a contradiction in here. Fuck up pressing things. Bang. Hammer. Tackle. Sister. That's what she said. So let's start. Hold it.
Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods? Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly.
But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies. I thought that said boobies at first. And her crushes and stuff. You know, just ask her about her boobies.
So, Jennifer, what about this titty? And then that's not how you start a conversation.
Oh, really? Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this. Maybe we should ask her about her titties instead.
And then it goes up to him and, so, what about them titties?
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine. To stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumrap Riney, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He had a little compartment that I can put things in, you see. And Phony Fancy has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there, I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me in spite of all his injuries. Apollo was so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh, wait.
So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to require an important fact. Please add to your testimony, Miss Woods. Was there in fact no wobble near the witness stand? It looks like a bit of wobble, if you ask me. Yeah, just a little bit. I like behind it, not any, but like. There's a lot of wobble there.
I think that's semantics, though, as far as where the rubble is placed.
True, but also it's a new statement after a press, and typically.
Okay. The area around the witness stand? Are you sure about that? Okay, just say around. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong? No. Of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first.
Yodel. I get objection.
So we started a search with the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave. And strong. But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave, and kind, too. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you're claiming is something that no one should have been able to do.
But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they want to be, Mr. Wright.
True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would, please take a look at this diagram. The courtroom in the state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh.
I see your point. The wall blocks off the access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it.
Ugh. Great. Now, I'm not so sure it matters.
A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know.
That's precisely what Mr. Wright does best.
I call slander, Your Honor.
So, was it really impossible to oppose the witness stand? You say it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy just from this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled-back version of the photo I presented before.
What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tornate's bomb transport case?
That's right. Is there some problem?
Oh, yes, that transport case was there on column number 4 and the bomb went off. Must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it.
Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case.
Yes. When Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack.
Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing to do at all with what we were talking about.
Where the transport case has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What?
Well, that certainly sounds like very relevant indeed. You sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack.
Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack.
Alright, a little to the right.
Where was the case when Apollo was attacked?
Oh no, which way is right?
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault.
But that's...
Inconceivable!
Ms. Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes. Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position.
The transport case covers up the writing in blood.
Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing. Did Phoenix Wright become British all of a sudden?
Yes.
He couldn't have left that bloody writing. That was more Australian, I'm sorry. He couldn't have left that bloody writing. Can I even do a male British voice? Do I always go Australian? The hell's the matter with me? Your Honor, he couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Ms. Wood's testimony alone.
What? And where's this proof that you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo.
You've seen this proof myself, Mr. Wright. Oh, probably those tracks. I didn't see those before. Well, I assume anywhere on the tracks will look.
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here.
I see it, but what is it?
This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. Just as Mr. Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault.
Mr. Woods?
Just as Miss Woods said. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood.
No!
You did it, boss. It was a real nail-biter, but you pulled it off.
Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Damn it, Phoenix, don't get cocky.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright has a very clever deduction. 10 points to you, Mr. Wright.
Ah, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing. Pure genius. Take that.
You have a very small point, Mr. Wright.
Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off you.
Ah.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, and who did?
Huh? What?
Ow!
Well,
The one who hit him in the head.
looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station.
Well. I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it?
Bluffing? I have the evidence! Look at that! It did happen! What bluffing is that? I'm just saying facts! This feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a two-bit con man.
You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, because it's true.
Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence.
Until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster.
What now, boss?
Heh heh heh. I hope you don't bluff your way into a corner.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood?
The fucking... What? Who else?
If Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing, Maybe it was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it? That seems like the most reasonable explanation. But wait a minute, I just realized something, boss. What is it? Look at the amount of blood in the photo. Doesn't look like Apollo bled very much. I wonder if it's even possible to write out Woods with just this much. Hey, you're right. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. That might be a factor in why he survived the assault. And since there was so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh?
Good Phoenix impression.
Fuck you. Like, you don't do that sometimes. I guess so, but if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could it have been? Plus, you said all my voices sound the same anyway, so...
I have never said that. Someone else! Because it wasn't Apollo. Man, I don't fucking know. The Bomberman?
And it was his case in there.
Who else could have done it? I don't fucking know. Unless Candace did it.
Candace? From Phineas and Ferb?
Yep. This wasn't off the blight ring? What do you base this claim on?
Do I really need to base my claim on something?
Was it Candace? Oh, of course you do. Don't tell me you don't have anything at all to back up your assumption.
Nothing in particular, really.
That won't do, Mr. Wright. But apparently you'll make up for your deficiency very nicely. Yeah.
There's only one other person who could really be. Oh yeah, wasn't there another person who shed blood at the crime scene? If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left the bloody message?
Was it Candace?
Destinies?
To be honest, I don't really understand. But I fell down the cell and I got glue on my hand.
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far, there's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at the crime scene.
A person who shed blood? You don't mean...
Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Army who left behind this message in blood.
What?
What? Detective Army? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really.
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense.
At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message.
Uh-oh.
I see. Even the phone makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case.
But why would Detective Army write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever.
And I didn't even know the lady who was killed.
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and defendant. They had never even met each other.
That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message was not what it appears to be.
The intended meaning?
Not what it appears to be?
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods.
Subdue. Coming from you, that's quite a bold statement, Mr. Wright. You understood that this blow line could have been some other meaning.
Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right?
It clearly says Woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Candace Army was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to police. Like a police scanner code, for example.
I didn't think of that.
You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there is no such radio code as Woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright.
Is that a fact? Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense in your theory. But they can't substantiate it with anything. I must end things here.
No, please wait, Your Honor.
Is Apollo going to come busting him? Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing?
Well, I believe it's...
And no stalling! Can't come up with an answer quickly, I'll declare this discussion officially over.
I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language, or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix, you can do this.
Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word Woods really means? I don't fucking know.
Can we see the picture one more time?
This picture?
There's more
Oh,
writing.
yeah, there's more writing. You can see that.
Not sure what's...
It says, Woo!
Wait, go back to it for a second. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be upside down, because I don't know what that D would be, because it'd be backwards.
Yeah. So, a very odd-shaped O. Yeah, that should probably be the one. What exactly is your point, Mr. Wright? All this evidence was supposed to tell me what Woods really means.
But doesn't it, Your Honor? Nope.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I guess I'll let you
There's
be
more
the
writing.
judge of that.
Let me point out. Yes, I'll do the judging around here. Fuck you!
Didn't go over well.
More writing.
But I just know there's something there that looks like the... Wait, you gotta find something that looks like the word Woods.
Do we have some sort of numbering? I don't think HH3000 looks like Woods.
No. What's on? Can we see the remote switch? It's got writing on it. And then also the case.
I can't look at any further. I can look at the case further. Yeah, nothing
no.
like Woods there. I really stress that.
Yeah, I'm not...
No.
Okay. If you're holding for me, I'm good.
To the bomb. And the autopsy report?
That's just a picture.
Yep. That's a shitty autopsy report.
Yeah.
Autopsy report. Look at her. She's dead.
Look at her, damn it! Look at her!
That's the autopsy report.
I mean, we know there's more writing there, so it could be a part of something.
It's gonna be like a big stress, like, is like width and dimension somehow.
I mean, I kind of thought that, but...
But what? Why the fuck would I be talking about that?
Like, I tried to look at it upside down, because you could flip all those upside down, but... Well, yeah, but the D would be backwards then.
Yeah.
What else would the D be, unless it's supposed to be another O? 5000M. Where's the expanded picture? Yeah, you can't see much for that. Wait. Well, I mean, that could be 5R, like on the case, but... Then I don't know about the D, and... I mean, that 1 does not look like a D. You got the 2 zeros, and you could kind of say the 1 and the L together. Yeah, that's a real stretch.
Wood 5R.
Oh, it's... Well, I was going to say it could be Doom, but the D is backwards again. I don't know what that would mean, but...
Doom 5R!
Doom! Dr. Doofenshmirtz did it. I know, Fifth Dimension Dr. Doofenshmirtz. It says which piece of evidence will, show us something that looks like wood.
300 D5R, but the 3 is really oddly shaped. I don't know, man.
Is there anything that's... Okay. No, because there's more writing. I want to read Phoenix's. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word woods really means? I mean, if it's the word woods, you think it was like out in the forest or something, but
yeah,
there's clearly more writing to it.
I'm saving him. I'm not losing any more health.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh, so there's more writing. Nope, God. Okay, I'm like the only things I can't even think of plausible are the bomb case of the bomb. I don't think there's anything here that... I mean, that's, like I said, width and dimensions, but that sounds incredibly stupid. Especially since it doesn't match up with the width and dimensions. Unless you're saying the width and dimensions of something else. Maybe. But the width won't be 0, 0. Infinitely thin object. Dimensions 5.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to be writing to when you're bleeding out.
Damn, how do I describe this thing? Of course, the width and the dimension stuff. It's diameter. Why am I saying dimension?
I don't know.
It's not diameter. It's
It's
depth. Depth. God, I'm stupid. Depth.
But anyway.
See if I have a bomb, that's okay, I guess.
I mean, at this point, just save and try shit.
The bomb transport case? Okay, that's so stupid. I've had to help you here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L1005R. Doesn't that string look vaguely familiar?
No! L1's... Do not tell me that's an L and a 1. Do not tell me that's supposed to be an L and a 1.
Well, the D is what's killing me. That's supposed to be a 1? Okay, I could maybe believe that's an L and a 1 making the W, but the D is a 1?
And don't touch you go that. I'm going to shoot myself.
I mean, I don't see that at all.
Unless someone edited it more.
Yeah, no, that's that's possible.
Yeah. Like the D was add on and those two will connect or something. Maybe.
Yeah, that's I guess reasonable.
It's so stupid. Well, that would do with anything.
What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand?
Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo.
Oh, I think I see it.
That girl. That's 1 on my side.
It says Woods.
Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next 2 are zeros.
Oh my goodness.
That's ridiculous!
That's fucking stupid.
The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Ms. Wood's name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport.
Why is there a D then?
Objection. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Exactly.
But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily.
This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing.
Erase one line. I don't think you read it backwards.
Don't read it backwards.
I mean, you could argue erase 2 lines, especially with the words. 1 or 2?
2.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D.
God, that's stupid. Whoa, would you look at that? Lewis!
Lewis? The mayor of Stardew Valley? No, Your Honor. It isn't meant to be read as a word.
Lewis did it! Someone get Lewis!
It's the number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, which was clearly there, if you looked at the other photo, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say. Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Wright?
Well, would you, Mr. Wright?
The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here. I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Army's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Army left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Army was trying to tell us? Booty. Good question. What does this number represent?
Do you see this number here? That's my identification number.
Candace Army lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose. Now! To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. White. Tell us who she was trying to name.
The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than...
Athena, she did it! Get her!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing.
Ted Tonate?
Apparently disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime. Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there.
What do you have to say to that, Mr. White?
That only Detective Army would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Army couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number. Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Army who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. And Detective Army had left the message it should have been found at the time. Naturally, Mr. Tony had hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Tony was able to cover the message up because he's the first to find the body.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tony himself.
I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety by discovering a dead body. Oh yeah, I forgot he said that.
When Mr. Tony saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tony used them in another incident.
Oh, that's also Mr. Justice.
Exactly. Mr. Tony hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. By adding 2 lines to the writing the Detective Army left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate. Ah!
Oh, got him. Order in the court. Order, I say. It looks like we have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tony take the witness stand. Talk to the witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was great, Mr. Wright.
Just doing what I do best. Just flying by the seat of my pants.
Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try.
I finally draw Mr. Tony back into the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart.
Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.